Now, in the 2000s and 2010s, there have been a similar amount of dolls at that time, ranging from the fairy tale-like Ever After High to the juggernaut that is Barbie. And most of the time, these dolls have been beloved by many. But then there was another toy line that some, if not most people, found horrible. A product that most people would find baffling that you would like such a thing. I am of course talking about the Bratz franchise. The Bratz are an American product line of fashion dolls and merchandise manufactured by MGA Entertainment and created by Carter Bryant. All original dolls were released in 2001. They featured almond-shaped eyes adorned with eyeshadow and blush glossy lips. Though the Bratz fared poorly at their May 21, 2001 debut, mostly due to the monopoly that was Barbie, their popularity increased in the following Christmas. In the first 5 years, 125 million products were sold worldwide. And in 2005, global sales of Bratz and Bratz products reached $2 billion. In 2006, a toy industry analysis indicated that Bratz had captured about 40% of the fashion doll market, compared with Barbie's 60%. Because of the popularity, there was a lot of spin-offs. There was Little Bratz, which was pretty much the exact same thing as the Bratz, but smaller. There were Boy Bratz, which was just making them look like they were from a boy band. And then there was Bratz Kids and Bratz Babies, which were the actual exact same thing, so it runs this thing pointless. Then there was Itsy Witsy Bratz, who was just the Bratz Babies, but even smaller. And then Bratz Little Angels, which was somehow even more smaller than that. The Bee Bratz was like the exact same thing as its original. And finally, my only two favorite, the Bratz Pets and the Bratz Dealers. So it's no secret that this toy became well known with people. It's also no secret that nobody really likes this toy.
I hate the world.
Basically take Barbie and hyperinflate it into some terrifying erotic baby with toothpick legs motif and turn it into a line of toys.
You don't know Bratz? Consider yourself lucky. I mean literally, Bratz by name, Bratz by nature. And it has a Z in it, because it's cool. Think Barbie, then times it by 4, and then suck out all of that pesky leg fat that Barbie clearly needs to sort out, and you have Bratz. And that's it. That is it. The capacity of everything you need to know about this particular line of dolls ends there. You think there's any more to it? Because there ain't. Also, they made baby Bratz. It's a baby in a fucking two-piece swimsuit, and the picture makes it look like she's fucking pregnant.
First of all, I just want to say that I hate everything about the Bratz. Not only are they an obvious ripoff of Barbie, but they're just a bad influence to girls everywhere, telling them that it's okay to be a brainless, slutty believer who only cares about shopping for clothes and parties.
But beforehand, I should give you a little bit of background about what the Bratz were during their time alive. It all starts with the toy line of dolls, which began back in 2001 by MGA Entertainment. The purpose of them, as their tagline stated, is to present the girls with a passion for fashion. Although they didn't become an immediate hit, they gradually grew into a large franchise, offering spin-off lineups like Bratz Babies, Bratz Pets, and Bratz Kids, as well as TV shows, video games, direct-to-DVD animated films, and even CDs. I remember back in the 2000s, how those dolls make me irritated. All I saw was a bunch of Barbie ripoffs, but the only difference is how they were made for girls who wished to be whores in their future. They were nothing but a bad influence and caused nothing good by their existence. You may think I might have been harsh there, but actually, I know that I'm not the only one with that mindset towards the toys. Throughout its life cycle, the Bratz have been faced with more controversy than success. Many committees and associations accuse the toys for being over-sexualized and encouraging ideologies to girls regarding body image, lifestyle, and many more. This also includes how the toys could almost be put in the category of slave-labored, since the factory workers in China making the dolls had to work 94.5 hours a week with a 50-cent an hour pay. As for how I called them a Barbie ripoff, that too has been noticed by many. Mattel went to sue MGA not once, but on several occasions. They even tried as far as getting the entire Bratz brand from them, but it did not work out at the end. However, even if they did, there would be no point. Nowadays, with an ever-fading popularity and sales reaching new lows for the toys, it's most likely safe to say that the Bratz are dead and shall be missed by no one, or At least, no one who is not mad like myself.
And the #1 worst girls cartoon is Bratz. This is the #1 tutorial on being slutty, superficial, and somehow more self-absorbed than Paris Hilton. Intelligence and craftiness is, of course, optional for these young ladies.
Not cool. Angel, what you need is an easy A. I know just the class.
As long as they're talking about the latest in fashion and accessories.
Fashion and design.
The Bratz cartoon is chock-a-block full of caricatures, cliches, and atrociously typical plots, such as everything going wrong at the prom, or some lady might be trying to interrupt their fashion magazine. Just listen to these Bratz shovelware movie titles to get a good feel of what this cartoon is all about. Bratz pampered pets, Bratzillas, Bratz genie magic, Bratz fashion pixies, Bratz starring and styling, and Bratz forever diamonds, and Bratz go to Paris. Not only is this cartoon just a giant Bratz doll commercial, but the ladies are the worst role models since Paris Hilton opened a life coaching workshop. Every episode was obviously written in a rush and is filled with lifeless performances. Movements and characters are unnaturally stiff. All the designs are blocky, and the backgrounds have no attempt at originality, color, or personality. It's a giant, discriminatory, horrendously corporate splat on the pavement, made purely with the intention to sell merchandise. The messages it portrays to young girls are dubious at best. The girls are very accurately titled Bratz, often acting like pampered, condescending snobs. Bratz is shallow, soulless, corporate, annoying, and certainly not worth your time. I can comfortably call Bratz the #1 worst girls cartoon.
So it's no surprise that nobody really likes this toy. And it's also unsurprising that I don't really like this toy either. My main problem with it is how unoriginal it is. You see, in 2000 and 2010s, there was always some sort of gimmick with these dolls. Take, for example, Monster High. While it still does the same thing of trying to sell its dolls, it's interesting because the characters are inspired by monster movies, sci-fi horror, thrill fiction, and various other creatures. The Bratz, on the other hand, do not do this. There was no real thing that made unique from all the others. Take, for example, one of the Bratz TV show episodes. You see, in this episode, blonde-haired fashion lady needs to get a better grade. So her parents give her the advice to go to one of the classes that give her an easy A. It's then revealed that there's going to be a substitute, and it turns out to be one of their adversaries, and do I really need to go more into this? By me talking about this episode, you already know what's going to happen next. The characters find themselves in some sort of dilemma they thought was going to be easy, and by the end they manage to find a solution to the problem. I wouldn't mind so much if A, if the story wasn't so predictable, and B, none of the characters have any interesting personalities. Even after researching the Bratz, I could not for the life of me think of the characters' personalities. I only know them as the fashion one, the fashion one, the fashion one, and the black one who's also into fashion. Now let's compare this to something like My Little Pony Equestria Girls. Even though it's a spin-off of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, you still have a good idea of what the characters and what their personalities are. You can tell which one's timid, you can tell which one's excitable, you can tell which one's the smart one. And because there's more to their personality, it makes the show more enjoyable. At the end of it all, the Bratz are certainly the lowest tier of dolls out there for me. I think the only time I actually liked the Bratz was the time in their webisode.
Can't fit my whole head in. Why are our heads so humongous? To balance out our awesomely humongous feet? Oh.
And I will admit, their song Gratitude from the movie was actually really catchy. But other than that, there's not really much else to the Bratz. Nowadays, the Bratz aren't as popular as they used to be. Their latest bit of news used to be on 2018. And, to be completely honest with you, it's probably for the best. But anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to check me out on any other sources, I'll be in the description down below. Anyway, my name is Lenny, and I'll be back if you need me. See ya!